online.
I'm Lola.
And I'm Jamie.
Today we're going to look at how Jesus showed being humble while helping people.
I know what humble means. Humble means even if you're very important and you do very important stuff, doesn't mean you should let it get to your head. Just don't be a show off.
That's right. We will have some worship, then the story.
Step by step, I'm following you, Jesus. Step by step, I follow you, Lord. You're the one who guides my heart. Step by step, I will follow you more. Yeah, follow you more. Yeah, Lord, you make me stronger, so I'll keep climbing up, up, up. Lord, you never falter, so I'll keep growing in love, love, love. Step by step, I'm following you, Jesus. Step by step, I follow you, Lord. You're the one who guides my heart. Step by step, I will follow you more. Follow you more. Lord, you give me purpose everywhere I go, go, go. Lord, you truly love us. Your peace we need to know. So, step by step, I'm following you, Jesus. Step by step, I follow you, Lord. You're the one who guides my heart. Step by step, I will follow you more. Follow you more. Lord, you give me purpose everywhere I go, go, go. Lord, you truly love us. Your peace we need to know. So, step by step, I'm following you, Jesus. Step by step, I follow you, Lord. You're the one who guides my heart. Step by step, I will follow you more. Yeah, I will follow you more. Yeah, 'cause I love you, Lord.
There are people in the world today that we may see as very important because they may be celebrities or the Prime Minister or the First Minister or the Queen. Then again, there are some people who we might not feel are very important. People like maybe beggars or homeless people or servants. But we should just remember that everyone is important to God. Everyone is important to Jesus. I'll start by asking, have you ever washed anyone's feet? What if it was your job to wash all the people's feet that come to visit you in your house? And let's say you have lots and lots and lots of visitors, and you have to wash those feet properly, get in between the toes and under the nails. And when you're done washing, you give it a nice dry pat down. It was a thing long, long, long ago in the area where Jerusalem is. The roads there were not like the roads that we have today that are nice and clean. The roads there were dusty, and if it rained, it would really be muddy. And in those days, they never used to wear shoes like what we wear today, because today we use shoes and trainers, so our feet completely covered. In those days, they would wear sandals or slippers, or they would walk around in their bare feet. So imagine going to somebody's house, like maybe a friend's house, and you've got dirty, muddy feet, and you go into their house and you trail mud and dirt through their house. That's not supposed to be done. Even today, when you go to some people's houses, as soon as you walk in through the front door, they ask you to take off your shoes and then you can go further into the house. And then you know how someone comes to visit you, like maybe a friend of yours, you'll offer them a drink or some snacks, or you could even offer them a meal. In those days in Jerusalem and in places in that area of the world, what they did was that when someone came in to visit, there would be somebody who would wash their feet, and they'll also get a drink. The person washing the feet, they were people who weren't paid very much at all, or they weren't even paid, but that was their job. In this story, we'll see what Jesus does when it was about time for him to do exactly what God sent him on earth to do in the first place. Jesus was at supper with 12 of his disciples. And what he did was that he stood up, took off his outer garment, which is like a cloak, tied a towel around his waist. He got a basin, that's a bowl, and filled it with water. And then he went round all his disciples and washed their feet and then dried it. But when it came to Simon Peter was shocked. He said, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" He couldn't believe it. That's because he was their Lord, their teacher, their boss. It's just like you having the Queen over for dinner. And then after dinner, she now picks up all the dirty plates, takes them to the sink, washes them, dries them, puts them away, and then takes the rubbish out. Impossible. Anyway, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "You don't understand now what I'm doing, but later on you will." And Simon Peter said, "Never, never at any time will you wash my feet." And Jesus told Simon Peter, "If I don't wash your feet, then you won't be a disciple of mine anymore." Oh. Simon Peter said, "Oh, in that case, please just wash me all over." And Jesus said, "You don't need to be washed all over. It's only your feet that are dirty, and it's only your feet that need washing." When he had finished washing their feet, he put his outer garment back on and then sat down at the table. He then explained the importance of what he had done. He explained to them that even though he was their master, their teacher, that is their boss, he didn't mind behaving as if he wasn't a very important person, and he went ahead and washed their feet, and that they should realize that a servant or a slave is not more important than their master. Neither is a messenger more important than the person who sent the message. Jesus washed the feet of the disciples because they did need their feet washed anyway. Because remember what I said, in those days, in Jerusalem and in such areas, when you visit someone, you get your feet washed. So they needed their feet washed, and he didn't mind being the one to do it. And he was doing this out of the love that he has for them. He was trying to teach his disciples and us that we need to do what is needed for each other. It doesn't matter if you're an important person or you're not so important, as long as other people need your help, you do what is needed. It's not enough just to talk about love and say, "Oh, I love you, I love you." You need to actually show it by doing things that other people need, whether they're important or not. And that's the end of the story.
Hi, everybody! Hi! Wow! Jesus is so loving. Even though he's like the most important person in the whole wide world, he served everybody else, even by washing stinky feet. Wow! So we're going to learn a Bible verse about it. So everybody, hold your Bibles.
In the air.
Wow! Now, cheat us all! Woo! Joy us all! Woo! Cheat it all! Woo! Joy us all! Woo! Hee, ha, hoo, ha, hee, kick that, hee, right, anyway, yes. So, look up John chapter 13, verse 34. Charge! And so you need to find Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And then chapter 13, verse 34. Right, have we got it, boys?
Yes.
Right, read it aloud.
And now I give you a new commandment. Love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another.
Very good. Right, let's try some actions. So, a new commandment I give you. Love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another. Let's do it faster. A new command I give you. Love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another. Ah, brilliant. Let's love people like Jesus. And now it is time for the craft.
With Angie and a special helper.
Hello! Thanks Sam and Ali for doing the sword drill with us, and thank you Ivy for sharing that great story of how Jesus served his disciples by washing their feet.
Yeah, and you know, Jesus is the greatest of all, and yet when he was born 2,000 years ago, he served people. Isn't it interesting? The greatest is actually the one who serves. So let's be great and let's learn to serve one another.
So this week we're thinking of different ways that we can serve each other, and our craft is to make a little card, and inside the card we've drawn a little picture of something that we can do this week to help serve. So I'm going to write this card to you, Pete, and I'm going to say, this week I'm going to help you with Oscar at bath time.
Oscar's our little dog. Yeah.
I'm going to help with,
And you need help with Oscar's bath time.
he's very squiggly and very splashy, and normally we get just as wet as him. So that's how I'm going to serve you this week, Pete, by helping Oscar at bath time. And we've come up with another few ideas as well. Here's one that
You could
says,
say, "Dear Mum, I'm going to help you make packed lunches this week."
so you could make the sandwiches or help put the different bits in.
Or you could say, "Dear Grandpa, I want to help you wash your car this week."
That's always fun as well. So let's show you what you need to make these cards. So first of all, you'll need some card, some coloured paper, scissors, glue, pencil and pens. And the first thing you're going to do is get a piece of card, fold it in half and draw this shape on it, which when we cut it out, when it opens up, it makes a symmetrical heart shape. So that will be our stencil for our craft this week. So when you cut it out and open it up, there's our heart shape. So for the card, again, you take a piece of card, fold it in half, and we'll take our template and place it along the folded edge like that. And then I'm going to get a pencil and trace round my template. There we go. And when you cut it, you need to remember not to cut this edge, because that's the bit that then holds it open as it, or holds it together as it opens as a card. I'll show you what I mean. Here we go. So don't cut that little edge, and that then becomes our heart card outline. So if you hold that a wee second, we're then going to use the same template to draw around on pieces of coloured paper. And what colour have you chosen for yours, Pete?
I'm going to go for blue.
And I think I'm going to do mine orange. So again, there's the shape, and this time I'm going to cut just inside the line so that these hearts are just a tiny bit smaller than the yellow part of the card.
So that when it finishes, you've got a little border around it.
Okay. Now you might have done a similar technique as this to make little snowflake decorations at Christmas. It's a bit like that, but we'll show you what to do. So you take your heart and we'll fold it in half.
Okay.
Good job. Then we're going to fold this bottom point up to the inside edge. That's a wee bit tricky to show.
Up to the top of the fold there.
Yeah.
Up to the top of there. So let's fold it up.
Good job.
Like that.
You might need a grown-up to help with this because it's a little bit fiddly, but if it doesn't work first time, just try again. Then when we fold it over, we're going to do one more fold just halfway.
So, how?
Just fold that in half.
Oh, fold it in half. There we are.
There we go. And make sure your creases are nice and firm. Then you get your scissors.
Great.
And you can chop just little shapes, a bit like when you've made your little snowflakes before. So you chop along the folded edges. So there's two different folded edges, and you can do any sort of squiggly shapes. I'm going to do some round
I'm going to
ones.
do another heart here.
Oh, good job. Good idea. I'll pinch that idea, Pete. And
Some zigzags.
good job. Well, I like your zigzag idea as well. Okay. And a nice big triangle. And then this is the fun bit when you get to open it up and see what design you've made.
So that's it.
So-
Cut out little edges.
Oh, so open it up. Open this up. And you know, it's a bit like real snowflakes. Oh,
Yeah.
real snowflakes, no two snowflakes are exactly the same. They're unique, and that's just how God's made you and me. We're all unique and all individual.
What happens next?
So then we get our yellow card and we can stick our heart design on the front.
I do that.
Thanks, Pete. So you have a think what you could do this week. Maybe you could help your mum or dad. Maybe you could help and serve a little brother or sister. Maybe you could even help them tidy their room. That would be nice. Or you could help one of the adults at school, a neighbour. There's loads of ways that we can be just like Jesus and serve each other.
Yep, so you want to be like Jesus, serve one another, and that's how you become great.
Now, back to you, Jamie and Lola. Bye.
Bye.
Ugh! Washing feet. That's not a job that I would like to do.
I don't think I would want to do that job either.
Yuck.
But in this story, the disciples were going to get their feet washed anyways, so Jesus offered to do it, even though he was their boss.
He was trying to get a point across. He was saying, do what I do, out of love. You need to show your love out of your actions and doing what is needed. That's it for this week.
Until next time, bye!